Okay, this is me recording how I do a line. We're gonna be laying this purple line. It's like 250 roughly. The wind is northwest to southeast, so it'll be a crosswind for the beginning here. It's more out of the north, I just checked it. But there's a small ability for him to cheat here at the end. It's very windy today. The goal for this trail is to run a trail with no blood. And because that's the goal, we shorten distance and we're gonna run it at about 5 hours. We've also taken out any terrain change or additional challenges. So this is what you see out here is what I call his hero terrain. It's just the kind of stuff that, like, I don't expect this to ever be a factor in a line. He should track really well in what you're seeing in front of us. I think that's all I've got before we start laying this line. I went ahead and prepped everything in the truck. Like, I put the hooves into the shoes and all that, just so that for the sake of the video you guys aren't watching me sit there and screw in hooves. But we're not going far. This one should be a pretty easy one to lay. I like to find something where I can put my first piece of flagging tape on an overhang so that I know that I'm starting the trail directly below that. Cool. Now we're gonna put the shoes on. This is how I put the foot in here. It's probably no different than the way anybody else does. These are a matching set. I only use matching sets, and I will continue to do that unless I run out. Cool. I don't always do this, but occasionally I will pull a little bit of hair out of the foot there, just kind of drop it on the ground. Cool. And normally I will have the feet that I'm using in a Ziploc in the backpack until I get to where I'm going, so I don't have any of that wounded deer scent moving up to the mock hit site. But in this case I went about 20 yards, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. The wind's more or less at my back now, and at the tracker app. And usually I just kind of grab a heading here, go for a ways, and check it occasionally. I don't sit here and stare at the phone. Cool, but yeah, no blood, so we're just gonna go. Oh, today for this first line, I'm gonna do really small steps. Just because we're doing no blood and I want some success. I hate it to be a wasted line because of the fact that we don't have blood. So small steps for this one. The next one will be normal. And I'll just drop flagging tape as I go. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to be taking baby steps, so there might be some random spots where he looks way better. All right, we're coming up on our 90. For 90s, I try to mark them with 2 so that I know. And then another one pretty early after the turn. This looks like a good place to end it. I mix up the end. Sometimes I'll leave the hide right here in the open where you can see it. Sometimes I kind of hide it. Today I brought a shank with me. So for the first one here, we're gonna put the hide down and I'm gonna put the shank down next to it. That way we're not changing everything on this first trail. Because he knows he's looking for this at the end of the trail right now. I don't want to just leave one new thing at the end of the trail for him to try to find. And I said I was going to suspend this. Let's see if I can do that. Should probably put a hole in these, but future me problem. I'm just gonna tie it off to something so it's a little bit elevated to help that scent get out a little bit for this first one. Wow, it's a terrible knot. Okay, cool. That's the end. Something else I'll do a lot of the time, especially if I'm hiding the hide, is I'll do a few circles around it to get more of that interdigital scent on the ground at the end of the trail. That's what he's looking for, right? There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that was probably bad because now I have hide scent on my backpack. All right. the shoes in here. A lot of times I do take the feet out and put it back in the Ziploc, but the Ziploc is in my truck, so I can't do that today. And then the trail was headed this way, so I'm gonna head out going this way for a ways, and we'll turn right and loop back to the truck. So probably at least 50 yards in the direction of the trail. That way he has to go completely around it to pick up my ground scent and have a miss or a failure due to tracking me out. Wow. And I like to record my way out. That way I can see for sure if he is completely tracking me out. But that's about it. Hopefully you guys can hear me with the wind.